Broadcasting live from the east side of sunny Madison, Wisconsin, it's The Last Show on Earth with Nate Chappell. Tonight's show is all about man's best friend, if that man is Nate, local cat Sachi. But now, the man who doesn't have toxoplasmosis, you have toxoplasmosis, the last host on Earth, Nate Chappell. Johnny? Yes, hello cats and kittens, and welcome to the good buddy of internet television, The Last Show on Earth. And listen, you spoke and we heard you. You're not hearing enough about my cats. You want more information, I get it. So tonight, we're devoting the entire episode to my big buddy, the cat who could be a van, the shedder extraordinaire with the hard-to-reach derriere, the uncarved blob himself, my best friend Sachi. So, I've known Sachi for about 14 years, which sounds weird to say that I know him. You know, do we ever really know anyone? To be perfectly honest, he used to be mostly just a nuisance. Always wanting to be on top of you, meowing all the time, dragging his little sad mouse around when he felt ignored, drooling on, everything, constantly whining for food. But then he laid down for a nap about an hour ago, and he hasn't really bothered me since. No, I kid, Buddy. That's his nickname, by the way, Buddy. Yes, he has a nickname. You know, for his bowling shirt. Buddy is my best friend. Kind of wish I'd picked a best friend who lived longer. But you never know, right? He could still outlive me. I mean, Verge definitely will. She's 21 and getting stronger every day. It's terrifying. When I pet her, I feel like I can feel her sapping my life force. And her ribs cracking sometimes. But I feel like Buddy would never do that to me. He's not smart enough to be cunning. He's just smart enough to be loyal, you know? Which is perfect. That's all I want. He would do anything I wanted him to if he could just ever figure out what I wanted him. And he tries so hard to be part of our pack. He's convinced that I desperately want him to run and leap onto the back of our recliner. That's his purpose in our tribe. He does it and then just stands there, waiting for our accolades. And he looks so cute and so proud that we pet him and say, "Good jump, buddy." Like it's all we've ever wanted from him. So it's no surprise that he thinks it's so important, I guess. So loyal. Once I had to give Virginia these eardrops. So I had to hold her down to do it. Buddy is there right away. And at first I thought it was kind of sweet, you know, he was concerned about his big sister. But then he just bites her on the head. I'm like, "Sachi, no!" And he backs up and looks at me like, "What? I thought we were going to do this. I got your back, Dad." First of all, buddy, you guys can't take a 20-year-old cat? I got it. There is no second of all. But he's not terribly brave. How do I put it? He's curious like a cat and also fraidy like a cat. So he always wants to go outside, but then always hears something and then always slinks away to hide under a porch somewhere. And to see a 16-pound cat slink is really something to behold, I gotta tell you. Like a slug running. But he's actually lost some weight, down to about 12 pounds now, the weight of a healthy cat and a half. But he really is big boned. I mean, I should know, I had them put in. I figured if he was going to be so fat, he should get thicker bones so they don't just shatter under his girth. While we were in there, we put in a new tail motor, x-ray eyes, an air freshener, and an AM/FM clock radio. And then those huge bones. Giant bones on that guy. When I first got him, he was pretty dirty. He never really learned how to clean himself. His mother never got a chance to teach him, you know? Kind of sad, right? So I had to bathe him. Which I can tell you was not fun for either of us. He's gotten a lot better now. I'm not sure what changed, but I still think of those days every time I have a mouthful of hair. And every time I have a mouthful of good advice, I think of security guard Carl Lewis with today's Morning Affirmation.
I'm security guard Carl Lewis with today's Morning Affirmation.
You know, despite what you might think, no one expects you to fail. Boy, are they gonna be surprised. Welcome to my week in review. I'm Nate Chappell, and this is my week. On Saturday, I life hacked my lumbar support situation with a little help from my buddy, in case you were wondering why I always have such good back health and also have fur all over my lower back. On Sunday, in an effort to stay hip, Buddy finally saved up his allowance and got a fidget spinner. He was not that into it. If he had the capacity for reflection, I bet he'd have buyer's remorse. But you know what they say, ignorance is blob. On Monday, past guest Peter Urich told me that Sachi looks like me and I'm still walking on air. Did you hear that, everybody? The cutest boy in the world looks like me! That's my week in review. I'm Nate Chappell saying my week was better than your week.
In a world where everyone's chasing something, one cat has one more chance to finally catch one red spot. The Red Spot on Wolf Out Television.
There he is. He's coming down. I can't see him now. He's coming. Nice jump, buddy. Wolf Out TV. It's not a bison in a grocery store. It's not just a bucket of cold cuts. It's not a bag of boxes of bags. It's not a mouth that opens to reveal a somehow bigger mouth. Or a tire in a phone booth. It's not a sandwich that reminds you of your vice principal. It's a turtle riding another turtle, like a horsey. It's a painting of somebody taking a photograph of a painting. It's a sunset as seen reflected in the glossy pages of a ladies' magazine. It's 10 or 11 paper clips banging around inside a pencil sharpener. It's one of those old-timey suitcases filled with tickles. Wolf Out TV. We'll make you laugh. Am I saying that right? On a crisp autumn night in 2004, a young Gianni Tiello Versace found himself again hidden in the bushes behind an apartment building in downtown Madison, Wisconsin. Life on the cruel streets of Madison had been difficult. He'd been separated from his family and had been hiding under a porch ever since. Now, discovering no cat food under the porch, he was starving. He had seen an angry-looking tortoiseshell cat sitting on the porch the previous day, so he began to let out a desperate cry, and eventually his cries were heard. He was just meowing and meowing and meowing. It sounded so sad. And it was super annoying. So eventually I just went out there and grabbed him. I mean, I know it's hard to imagine, but he was super skinny and dirty. I mean, that part, the dirty part, that's actually pretty easy to imagine. He's kinda gross. Gross or not, Sachi soon fit right in with his new cat family. While it was true that Virginia, the tortoiseshell, hated him at first, it was also true that she would always hate him, a fact with Sachi always ignored. With his basic needs now met, he settled in and enjoyed a safe and cozy winter. But then the winter turned to spring, and with it returned, in Sachi, an anxious longing for the outdoors, for the freedom of the streets, and the smells of a thawing city. And so, on a chilly morning in May, with Virginia opening the screen door, Sachi made his escape.
Hello, Humane Society. How can I help you? Hi, I have a gray tabby cat that ran away, and I was wondering if you'd found him. Does he have any identifying features? Whiskers? A tail? I guess most cats have those. He doesn't really get social cues and drools a lot? you're welcome to come down and take a look. Okay, but he's really cute, so if you see a really drooly one, could you hide it in a drawer or something until I get there? Or ugly him up a little? Maybe shave a patch on his head or something? Hello?
As soon as I got to the Humane Society, I could hear him, that same desperate meow that made me give up ignoring him in the first place. So I took him in again. This time, it cost me $80 though. I'll never let him live that down. I mean, he was always mine, but now I own him, understand? I own him. Over the next several years, Sachi answered the call of the wild several more times, trading in the comfort of home for the loud noises of the streets, hiding in many bushes, under several porches, and even in the engine block of a car. But one thing always brought him back home, something more important than freedom, something he felt deep down in the pit of his stomach: hunger. Now, in his twilight years, he still acts like a kitten and eats like a pig. He contributes to the household with frequent window checks and by jumping up on a chair, for which he is rewarded with many pets. He gets yard time now, and even though he runs sometimes, Nate knows his hiding spots and can usually talk him into coming home. Because they're buddies. In fact, that's why they call him Buddy.
Wolf Out Television presents Eddie, the world's first ever live claymation television show. Watch the magic as it happens, live. Eddie's one cool cat. I've heard he can be a bit catty, but Eddie says he's just misunderstood. One thing's for sure, this kitten likes to scratch. Eddie. Series premieres Saturday, July 19th, 8 p.m. to Tuesday, July 22nd, 4 p.m. Only on Wolf Out Television.
Good evening. Gianni Tiello Buddy for Sachi Chappell. We all know he's a good boy, a real lap cat and a nap cat with a healthy appetite. But how well do we really know this sleepy buddy? Tonight, he opens up all about his kittenhood, his feud with Virginia, and his food addiction. I sat down with Buddy in a rare interview between naps to ask him, just who does he think he is? This feels kind of weird, huh, Bud?
I don't know. What do you mean?
Well, I usually don't talk to you when other people are around.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, let's just get started. So, Buddy, I got you when you were about, 6 months old?
What were you? I saw you move your hand. Did you want to pet me?
No, not yet, Bud. Good boy. But where were you before I took you in?
I was under a porch.
Oh, what was that like?
Damp and smelly.
Oh, that's... Wait, in a good way or a bad way?
Good way.
What about your family?
You mean you and Mom and Virginia and Johnny?
No, your biological family. We're just your roommates.
What's a boom mate?
What about your cat parents?
Oh, my mom was a cat and my dad was David Bowie
What?
from the Labyrinth.
I know who David Bowie is.
Well, then why did you say, what do you mean?
I don't think I did. But come on, David Bowie?
Yeah. Buddy Stardust was based on me. Buddy played guitar, eating snacks and taking long naps now.
Okay, so your dad is David Bowie. So how did you end up on the streets?
Well, my family went on tour, but I get car sick. So I found a porch and I hid under it until I got hungry.
Oh, is that why you have food issues?
Food issues?
But I mean, admit it. You have to admit, you seem to have an unhealthy obsession with food.
What's an obsession?
You used to panic anytime you could see the bottom of your dish.
I can quit eating whenever I want.
Well, I don't think that's true.
I'm not eating right now.
Remember that time I walked in on you eating your own puke?
That is not true. I was not eating my own puke. That was Virginia's puke.
Okay, that's not better.
The first time it was Virginia's puke.
Okay, well, let's change gears and talk about your relationship with Virginia.
I've been advised not to answer any questions about that situation without my lawyer present.
Well, could we get your lawyer here?
Maybe, but we'll have to wait until after dinner.
Oh, here we are, back at food again.
No, not for me. For my lawyer. Nathan Hampers, attorney at lunch.
This fish fry was delicious. It was beyond the shadow of a reasonable trout.
In honor of one of the greatest hunters of cat dancers and laser lights alike, I'm talking about Buddy here, we're going to play a game of Mouse Hunter. So we were going to have Buddy play with us, but then we remembered he's afraid of mice and Nerf guns. So it's just going to be me and Johnny. We get 5 targets, we get 8 darts apiece. Is that right? Yeah. Ooh, I hate Mises to pieces. Johnny, you want to go first?
Yeah, let's do this.
Alright.
Oh. Yeah, 2 for 1. Yeah.
Okay.
Would I get one more? Yeah, that's it.
Well, that was it. You got 2 down, huh? Alright, not bad, Johnny. Not bad at all. Get those set back. Well, Johnny gets those set back up. I'll tell you interesting mice facts. Okay, perfect. Okay, ready? Gonna shoot that guy first. Oh yeah. Oh, 2 of them. 2 big guys. Shoot for this little guy. Oh, missed him, but got back there instead. Shooting too high. Oh. 1 more shot. Can you get both of these guys? No, but I can get that guy. Looks like I won. What did I get? 4?
Yeah, 4.
I beat your 2, I'll tell you that. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that has been our show. I want to thank Sachi for being on the show and for being my best buddy. And a big thanks, as always, to the last crew on Earth, Viv Chappell and Johnny Fisher. Finn Hammond and Tyler Insrud made the music for tonight's show. Check out Tyler at Ty Slowdown on Instagram, and look for Finn in the bottom of your food dish. Coming up next, Wolfhawk TV presents an episode of the show where we chat about cats. It's Cat Chat. For more episodes of this show, go to thelastshowOnEarth.org, and of course, we are Wolfhawk TV all over this web we call worldwide, so look us up on google.com. Thanks for watching us tonight, creeps. Remember, we're watching you too. And as Keith David said in Men at Work, there are 7 sacred things in this world that you don't ever mess with. One of them happens to be another man's fries. Bye-bye.
Now it's time for Cat Chat with your hosts, Nate and Mike.
Hello, and welcome to Cat Chat. Say, Mike.
Yeah, Nate?
Why are there so many cats in here?
I brought them in to help get rid of the mouse.
We have a mouse?
Apparently not.
Well, I never thought I'd say this, but this is too many cats. Let's call Delbert.
Delbert!
Delbert's Felinigation. Delbert speaking, how can I help? Too many cats, huh? Yeah, we can help you. Yeah, we'll just fumigate the studio with catnip gas, and once they're good and chilled out, we'll give them a good pet and release them into the Wolf Out Kitty Preserve.
That sounds great, Delbert. I didn't even know we had a kitty reserve. Cute. I think Mike wanted something.
Tell him I say hi.
Mike says hi. Well, Mike, what are we supposed to do now?
We could, do the show on the front lawn.
Hello, and welcome to Cat Chat, the show where we chat about cats. My name is Nate, and this gentleman over here beside me, well, he's my partner in cat, Mike. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Nate.
Today's Cat in the Bush cam comes to us from Delbert's Felinigation, fumigating your extra felines with love and catnip gas since 1999. As always, we like to start out the show with a little segment we like to call Cat on the Street. Hi, I'm Nate from Cat Chat, the internet. I was wondering if you had...
My name is Andy the Tranquil Tiger. Or the Wildest Tiger. I'm all about cats.
My name's Mike.
Hi, I'm Nate from Cat Chat. I was wondering if you had a second to talk about...
This is Honey Girl. You want to see Honey? Honey's an alley cat from the tough streets of downtown Philadelphia with her, and I got her with her sister Crystal, who's the angel in the sky right now. She's watching over all of us. I do have to clean her eye boogers though.
Hi, this is Nate from Cat Chat. I was wondering if you had a second to talk about...
Yeah, she's tried to fight an English bulldog and a pit bull.
She's obviously won.
Well,
We'll get him. Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Well, I thought that was pawsome. Now it's time for our popular news segment, or should I say news eggment, because it's called Muse News.
Hello, and welcome to tonight's edition of Muse News. I'm Nathan Catchat. Local cat Dick Cheney, one of the official cats of the internet television show Cat Chat, was seen today lying in the sun. Witnesses reported little movement, with the exception of the occasional big stretch. Onlookers looked on today as area cat Virginia Chappell sunbathed on the warm concrete in front of Wolf Out Studios. When asked for comment, Chappell replied, meow. Bystanders stood by today as Gianni Tiello Versace cleaned his hard-to-reach places. Due to Versace's size, lack of flexibility, and general body composition, cleaning time can be challenging. With more on this story, we now go live to Muse News special correspondent, Joe Fishback. Joe?
I'm here, Nate.
What more can you tell us about Versace's situation?
Gianni Tiello Versace, or Sachi as he's called by those who pet him, has a very chubby tummy.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
But despite the obstacle in his way, namely his tum-tum, he does manage to clean the hard-to-reach places. And that is something I think we can all aspire to. Nate?
Thanks, Joe. And thank you, Muse News viewers, for viewing another edition of Muse News, your destination for the very latest in cat news. Good night, and good nachos.
You sunk my battleship.
Wow, knowledge really is what you know. We'll be right back. We'll be right back after this.
I'm a cat person. 1 cat. But 2 cats? 3 cats? 4 cats? 5 cats? 6 cats? 7 cats? Well, that's too many cats. We can help. Delbert's Felinigation. We'll get 'em feeling right, and then we'll let 'em go. Ask for Delbert, 'cause that's me.
Welcome back.
Can I do a iced coffee, please? Sure.
I'm sorry. Did you want me to get you something? Like a scone or a...
You know what that sound means? We've got a kitty tweet.
Tweet, 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 tweet.
At 2Del with Cats asks, at Dr. Carey Vet, do you think that felinigation using catnip gas is a good idea or a great idea? Hashtag nip it in the bud. Well, Dr. Carey, what do you think?
I don't know. I don't know.
Thanks, Dr. Carey. Well, Mike, that's all the time we have for Cat Chat today.
I wouldn't say megastar, but superstar. It's Tiger Beat. They're interviewing me.
And may your litter always be scoopable.
Hey, bud. Say hi to everybody. How'd you like your show? Did you have fun, bud? Huh? Did you have fun? You were napping the whole time, weren't you, bud? You were laying behind Johnny. Lumbar! I'm Lumbar! Hey, everybody, I'm a Lumbar! Right, bud? Okay, bud, do you want to say anything to the people? Like we say at the end of every broadcast day? Do you want to say it? Buddy. Oh, now all of a sudden you're shy? Good night, and good machos!